Okay, so we're starting. Yes, okay. I should probably just have that one thing just to send. What is going on? Okay. Post. Oh, can I just make a new one? Okay. We're streaming again. We are. That's apostrophe RE. Learning about line weight and quality. Okay. Oh wait, so I already put that post down. And then this one is link to stream below. Tilde. Enter. Hashtag Zula furry art furry VTuber tuber. And then the post. Where's my thing? Where's my thing? Channel. Let's copy this. Let's mute myself. Let's mute myself. Let's do that. That sounds like a smart idea. I don't. That sounds like a good idea. I hate their like pasting thing. Okay, wait. Why is my YouTube? Why is it pasting that? YouTube. Copy. Paste as plain text. Okay, we'll place that all. Hydro, bienvenue, welcome. What do you mean, Mute the Otter? There's not enough duct tape in the world that will stop me from fucking moving my mouth. There's not enough not even sewing my mouth shut will stop me from talking, right? That's a mistake. I would sooner have my larynx pulled out and still be able to talk than not be able to talk. I don't know how that works. I'm a healthcare professional. Trust me. I know. Even without a larynx, I could talk. But hi, Hydro, bienvenue, welcome. How are you? How's work today? How are you doing? I have tea. Right? I have tea. That's pretty much it. It's pretty much tea. Luki, hello, bienvenue, welcome. How are you doing, dear? But how are you guys? I'm doing well. I freaking had like 3 hours of sleep last night. And then I went to collect on a client and they didn't I verify the address where I'm supposed to go before twice whenever I talk to a client, and they were like, "Oh, that's the wrong address," and I'm like, "No shit, Sherlock." I'm more nicer whenever I'm like talking. Whenever I'm talking. So yeah. It was today was the day. So then I went home. No, I bought some bread. Because I made stew. And so the bread went well with my stew. Oh my god. It got thicker last night because I let it simmer overnight. Or like stay warm. Oh, that was the best call I made. Right, the meat got so tender, so fucking tender, so good, and then it got thicker. So I was just like, yeah, this is this was a good idea. And then I took a 2 hour nap. I took a 2 hour nap and I was just like, damn, I'm good. What are we giggling at? I always giggle. There's not a time when I'm not giggling. I feel like that's one of the constants of Aka. Work is boring, but I'm able to chat with someone special, so I'm content. Oh, I'm someone special. Hi Joe. I think you're special too. I really appreciate your presence. Yeah, yeah. So happy to hear that you think I'm super duper special, that you would talk to me on the so Aka got bread and his meat so thick it was so good he needed rest. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I would make a comment, a very charged comment right now, but I'm also kind of like still reeling from my 2 hour nap. I'm still I'm still reeling back from my 2 hour nap. So, um, just just imagine I said something very witty and it made you blush. Yeah. Okay. So today is Thursday. Today's Thursday. So what that means is we have another like day of classes, and that's exciting. Mm, mm. God, I love tea. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here for a second and just like bring my stuff together. Cause like again, I woke up like I took a 2 hour nap. I woke up, my throat was like kind of weird, so I like made some tea, and so it's just recovering. But yeah, no, no, thank you, Hydro. I feel the same way as you. I think you're super duper special as well. That was a wink. That was a wink. You could take that to the freaking bank. Right. Having what again, I never realized like aesthetically, I think it's super like nice having one eye like always constantly covered. But at the same time, I forgot how like much I missed winking. I forgot how much I missed winking. Oh, we got stuck in ad apocalypse. Damn. mm, mm. Oh, I can't get enough of that. Raccoon McPants, hello, bienvenue, welcome to today's lesson. We're going to be talking about line art and line quality and stuff. Hope you're doing well. How are you? Yeah, we're just like I'm just warming up my voice a little bit because tea and stuff. It's very like I realize streaming is very taxing on the body. Yeah, very taxing on the body, right? Doing okay. How about your fine self? My fine self is like, uh, my fine self is like exhausted. My fine self is super duper exhausted, but you know what it is? You can't stop perfection. You can't go against the what's called the machine uprising. What's the thing that like Victor says? Ultimate life form. Yeah, I'm the ultimate life form. Aka, you're right on time for me to eat pizza. The grind set exactly. Nah, nah. Nah. No winking is an acceptable loss, Aka. You can't release the Bakugan that you surely hide under that hair. Excuse me. It's the legit Sharingan. It's the Miyonku Sharingan that I have. I'm a fucking Naruto nerd. Chris Barney, hello. Bienvenue, welcome. Welcome, welcome. We're starting soon because again, I'm just warming up my voice from like the tea. But how are you? How are you doing? Hope you've been well. It's been like a few days. Mm. But yeah, good, good, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. But yeah, no, you guys, it's never a grind. To me, I never grind. I go hard. Take that as you will. I'm fucking. I'm a mess. Hello. Hydro. God, that's so loud. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, that actually hurt my head. I actually felt a banana like land on my freaking face. Okay. Okay. Mm. Mm. Okay. So, if I ask nicely, well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Depends on the vibes. Okay. So, let's go over what we did last week. Cuz today is lesson day if you guys don't remember. We went over a few things last week. More specifically, again, like this is the kind of stuff that I'm like very that I want to like drill into people's like heads. Cuz like color again is one of the most important things that like we use, but again, I don't want to like overwhelm people. So it's just a repetition of like everything that we always like say and talk about. I am now I holy shoes. What's my what's my no, don't change my model. What's my shortcut key? Hot action. Confused. Yeah, that is Aka. Toggle gaming, drawing. Oh, it's the multiply key. It's a multiply key. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that. Okay, so oh my god. Oh my god, it takes up this part too? Damn. Okay, so this is all that we're gonna see. Okay, so one of the biggest things in regards to like color is that you just want to make sure that you're using the right kind of color wheel that you're using, because there's like different ways that we want to be able to create color schemes, right? There's like there's these are old. Yeah, this is old. This has been, I just haven't used this in such a long time. I can't wave though. I haven't like put that in. Hand tracking is like something that I've like thought of, but this has been a hot minute. And I realize how weird it is. I should like add more joints to this. But anyway, so there's like specific kinds of color schemes that like looks like good together, and that's the basis of the bases, right? There's complementary color schemes or analogous color schemes, triadic color schemes. Like these are the things that you like start learning or start realizing whenever you're first learning these like things, right? um and one of the bigger things that you want to keep in mind is that 50/50 is not uh XR animator, but you do. I haven't like I'm thinking of getting an iPhone so that I can get more like versions of this, but I don't have an iPhone right now, so I have to try. But I do have like, I forget what kind of webcam I have. It's been a hot minute since I bought it. But yeah, no, so like the biggest thing that you want to keep in mind is that like it's not ever 50/50. Complementary color schemes are not like, this isn't like even, right? You want to make sure you have your base color and then you have an accent color, and then you want to be able to like work through those kinds of colors together and all that kind of stuff. It works with like character design, all that kind of stuff, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. So those are the things that you want to keep in mind. That's the stuff that we like went over last time. The bigger things that we went over too the other day was form and lighting, right? Let me close this one. Right, I just need my phone. It's fine. Exactly. I wish I had a phone. I'm an Android person, so 100% that's my thing. Form and lighting, we looked at like what occlusion shadows are, right? So shadow, like parts of the drawing or like face that like is at the dark of darks, right? That's the kind of stuff that you want to like look for. Where the light's coming from is the thing that you want to keep in mind. And then this is like specular light, right? That's another term that I don't think I used last time. But what specular light is the like highest. Oh, I think maybe it is a little bit loud. Let me just lower it just a tiny bit. So hopefully that's better. Like I'm not very good at audio mixing, so my apologies. um okay. So yeah, this is just specular light that like is at the most like that faces the person and like is the lightest thing. It just catches the most light from like the light source is what specular light is. We talked about subsurface scattering, which again is just it makes more sense whenever we're working with color and you'll be able to see those kinds of things. But what subsurface scattering does, or like what you're able to see, is the transition period between like a shadow, a dark like space, and then the light. So there's this like transition point where there's like a high saturation of color that like separates like shadows and bases and all that kind of stuff. And then bounce light, right? So these are the kinds of things that we like looked at in regards to it. These concepts and these lighting techniques all like come from a three-dimensional form, and that's the thing that. Do you mean the gay church windows? Do we have gay church windows? All I know is that we have like in our Christian Minecraft server, we just have like in our Christian Minecraft server, we just have stained glass Akas. Right. So those are the things that we want to keep in mind is like these kinds of things um these kinds of things let me use my soft voice. These kinds of things are what we want to keep in mind whenever we're like working with form, right? Is how light affects these like objects as a three-dimensional thing. Where exactly so I know to stay away. What do you mean? You want to stay away from our Christian Minecraft server? Right? Our Christian Minecraft server is great. we have stuff. Right. So yeah, well, that's one of the things that you want to keep in mind whenever like we're talking about these kinds of stuff. Whenever we talk about like 3D or like shading and all that kind of stuff, all that jazz. One of the things that I came across the other day is so I made this. Let's pull it up. I should have pulled it up already. I think I did pull it up. Yeah, no, I did. Oh my god, no. And let's make a new one. Okay, one of the things that like, so I made this. This is Cole and what's called fuck, I forgot his name. What's his name? What's his name? Mila, fuck, I can't believe I forgot my baby's name. Alexander, hello, Beyond the New, welcome. Hello, how are you doing? So I made this the other day. Robipple, hi, hello, how are things going here? We're just learning how to do like some drawings and stuff. Today is line art day. How are you? It's been a hot second. Hope you've been well. Jimothy, I would never name anyone Jimothy. I would sooner punch my if I had a child and my like partner's like, I want to name them Jimothy, I would punch them in the face. I'd just be like, no, how dare you? Do you want them to be bullied forever? No. So I posted this, right? 'Cause this is like a new brush that I'm using. This is a new brush that I've been using. And the reason for that is because it has kind of like a real like pen feel to myself. So I'm very like I'm very like happy that I found this brush, but it's still some like a work in progress to figure out how to like properly use and like push the forms that I want to do it. But someone like messaged and was just like, what kind of pen do you use to like work on your line art? And so I came to realize that like line art is something that a lot of like new artists, right, tend to fixate and focus on. They don't really realize that like one, the biggest thing that you should be keeping in mind whenever it comes to like your art, especially with regards to your line art, is how do you want your like how do you want your images of art to look like, and what do you like value and feel, and all those kinds of things. It's really important to keep in mind in those kinds of cases where it's just like, okay, I want like thick lines here, all that kind of stuff, blah blah blah. And like this is how I'm going to be presenting this. One of the people that I came to one of the people that I like came to mind whenever it came to like art, right? That was like very uh what's the word? Contrary to my art style, right? Is Sobi Bird. And I think like Sobi Bird is a wonderful artist. Very, very talented. Um they also stream on Twitch here, right? But they use very thick lines, right? Contrary to like how I do. And it's not very like it's not textured, right? So this is the kinds of lines that I think whenever I like think about Sobi, is these like hard edges, these like thick lines, like you can see they like also use it in order to like color a like border around their characters like things and all that kind of stuff. So this is like this is a very different art style than what I use to do. I'm doing pretty well, just mentally drained from drawing. That's fair, right? Drawing should be fun. Take a little break whenever you get the chance to, because it's always whenever you get the chance to, because it's always like good to keep that kind of stuff in mind. Um, but yeah, no, very very thick lines and all that kind of stuff. Here I have more like thin lines, and I'm using more what's called variation within my line thickness, right? Especially on the inside and outsides, as well as to like produce ideas of like form and like shadow, right? Where the lines are also part of the artwork itself, right? Rather than like a separate kind of entity. This is the kind of like this is the kind of style that I enjoy, and the kind of stuff that I like look at, and I push for. Thick Lady, hi, hello, bienvenue, welcome. Every time I see that, I think it's asking me to pick it up, and I'm like, not in the million years, no. But how are you, lady? Okay, so that's the thing. Oh, so you're so freaking lucky too, by the way. I can't believe you got a god pack. Another. It looks so good, especially the Mew EX. So freaking. I'm so jealous of you, but congratulations on that. So yeah, these are the kinds of things that I like think about whenever I look at different like artists and all that jazz. What exactly is it? That's my second one, by the way. I should post all my records. You should we'll share, right? um so that's the kind of thing that like I saw is a lot of people um actually like actually have this like concept or this idea of what they want their artwork to be, right? um like quote unquote good, but like one of the most core understanding or core basics that you have to like keep in mind whenever you're deciding these kinds of things is um what do you want your art to look like, right? Because there's different ways and different approaches that artists take whenever it comes to like line art and like conveying form, right? Some people don't even use lines, right? Is that they just use their volumes and their shapes, right? And like all that kind of stuff to convey those like forms and stuff. And so like at the end of the day, it's not really about the kind of like lines that you use. It's the kind of lines that you want to convey and like I'm trying to do a drawing a day. So far, that's my fifth day, and I'm still not done with it. But I'm forcing a break for a while. Yeah, no, take a break. Honestly, one of the best things that you can do as an artist, and then even as a person in general, is to take a step back to see, to take a step back, take a break, and then like see how like your art is doing after you've taken that break. Is there anything that you could change or like do that kind of stuff? So you're doing super good, right? Very very proud of you, Robiful. But yeah, no, drawing a day is like is exhausting, right? Even for me, whenever I'm just making like sketches and all that kind of stuff, even this was just like a sketch at the beginning. It gets it gets cumbersome. It gets cumbersome. So anyway, one of the things that um that I posted in chat here are these like exercises, right? These are exercises that you could find online that you could try and do those kinds of things. I don't have the original source, unfortunately. I wish I did, so I'll try and find it and like post it. But like these are things that like these are practices and examples and things that um yeah, you can absolutely share. Absolutely. I'd always love to see. These are exercises and things that you want to keep in mind, like keep in mind whenever you're like trying to deter whenever you're practicing your line quality and you're like creating texture or anything like that, is like how do these like how do these like pens exhibit like these textures and all that kind of stuff. So that's one of the things that like you want to see and look at and all that kind of stuff to gauge how you actually want to approach creating these pieces. So we're gonna be doing some of them today, and we're gonna be using different kinds of line qualities and stuff, or like brushes, in order to in order to like pull um in order to see what exactly it is that we like and how these like textures and stuff like affect are being affected by what pens we use, right? That's the thing. um let's start on this. This also helps whenever you're new, right? Is how to like treat the tablet that you're using, right? um yeah, how to treat the tablet that you're using. That's one of the biggest things. What I always do whenever I do start whenever I do have a new tablet for myself, right? Because I have a like what's called like drawing monitor, so I draw directly on the screen because like, you know, money. um but I used to like, again, everyone starts off with like a cheap drawing tablet, and that's something that like, you know, no matter what, there's a muscle memory that you have to like produce. And one of the first things that I do whenever I do get like a tablet, and let me just draw it over here while I have that chance to, once I start with a new drawing tablet, right? My first like my first thing that I do is like I go to each corner, right? This is all not looking at the tablet. I make a point of going into each corner and like tapping it just to create like the sense of like space, right, within where I'm able to draw. And that's what like helps me map out in my like head, right, how to actually be able to like connect what I'm seeing on the screen and what I'm seeing on my drawing tablet, right? These are the 5 points that I normally go towards, and this is an exercise that I always do where I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I just repeat it for a while. And this is just to help accumulate and like um what's called acclimate my what acclimate the my head to what I'm supposed to be seeing on the screen, right? But again, this is with years and years and years of like experience, right? So this is something that like no matter the kind of tablet, as long as I do this a few times, right? That's muscle memory of like, okay, this is how I draw. This is like what I'm going to like zoom out, zoom in, all that kind of stuff. These are things that I'm like used to because I've done these things over and over again. Okay. So for this instance, let's take a quick look at Robipple's like thing. Do you mind if I share it? I'm sure you don't mind. I'm sure you don't mind. Okay, let's look at these kinds of things. Let's look at Robipple's cute art. Copy image. Can I just copy the image? Yeah, let's just visit the site. Just copy this. Let's take a look. Let's take a quick peek at like Robitbull's art. Look at that, it's so cute. Right? This is yours, yes? This part? Yeah, it's looking cute. You have like your keeping in mind of your forms and all that kind of stuff. It's really good. Um uh your it looks like what you're focusing on mainly from the things that you've like sent is just like color and line art, right? Um which is nice, which is very nice, right? There's one that looks like it has shadows, but it looks like it's just like a the bolder one is yours. I wasn't able to get too much into the shading though. This one's yours or this one's yours? Is what you're saying. Cause it looks like this one is yours, yes? The one with the colored in, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah. It's looking good. But yeah, it looks like your like lines are keeping in mind with like form and everything like that, which is nice. Okay, so let's take this out. One of the biggest things that I do, I'm not here to take credit for others' work. Oh yeah, 100%. No, we just wanted to clarify. So one of the beginning tools that you always go for, or like that you first see in a lot of like art things, is the G pen. And what the G pen is just a straight line. Depending on the weight. Tell me about your day. My day's been good, right? Besides here, let's zoom out a little bit more. Besides my first client like um sending me to the wrong place, it's been good. How was your day? Right? The other thing that you want to keep in mind whenever you're making these kinds of like drawings is you're practicing your like hand-eye coordination and those kinds of things. You want to make sure that like um you practice these kinds of stuff, because especially if you go into like comic creations or anything like that, you want to make sure that like these lines are of like high quality. Because I don't really do like hatching like this, right? And everything. I don't really like I don't really have like the best lines. But I remember in like school when I was in like college, this was something that I did like over and over again, right? Depending on how like thick and how like heavy your like sensitive like you put your sensitivity on for the G pen, the G pen will 100% like have a variance, right? But the one of the biggest things that you want to keep in mind whenever you're like working with this kind of stuff is that it's a standard pen. Client, yeah, I take people's blood from not whenever I'm like not working. I take people's blood. What you want to do whenever you're like working on these like examples and stuff is that you're keeping in mind, right? You're keeping in mind the quality of your lines, right? this isn't like a tough Akka's a vampire. Akka is a vampire. Akka, you know what? Again, people say that, but like I don't want the blood. I just want the money. Like the doctors and like everyone else is the vampire. I'm more like a ghoul that just collects the blood from but this is the kind of stuff that like you want to keep in check, is how do you work through these line like exercises? What exactly are you like looking for is one of the biggest things. It right, when choosing which lines to like when choosing how to like draw or like which lines style you want, it's important to note that that each like brush has its own quality, right? And that you shouldn't expect, right? Oh fuck, I hate this kind of like thing. You shouldn't expect for everything to like look the same. Each line is used for a specific reason, for like a texture, but you can get a general look or idea for what's called, for those kinds of things, right? You don't need special pens to like make things look good, right? What you need is hard work and determination and an understanding of like what your pen is used for and how you want to convey those like thoughts and feelings. um can we just talk about, but yeah, one of my favorite things whenever I'm doing, when I used to do like practices for these kinds of things, is just like closing my mind and like creating like ideas or forms that are around these like shapes, because you want to make sure that like you're not putting too much stress on yourself, because these things get easier the more you do it, right? The purpose of this kind of like exercise is you're trying your best to, welcome back from the ads for those of you guys that got caught ads. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for sticking around, right? One of the most important things that I want to like emphasize is that this isn't something that you want to like stress over. What's important to keep in mind is like, again, turn off your brain, practice like practice again, like practice what you like want, right? And you won't have any issues at all whatsoever. So this kind of like style is like focuses on the like look of topography, right? And topography is something that we see in 3D, like 3D rendering, right? With regards to like your triangles and everything like that. Not only that, it helps in regards to thinking of 3D the 3D space. That's one of the things that like you want to keep in mind, is that it helps with like imagining and creating 3D spaces, right? So again, it's what the again, these things look don't okay. This doesn't look the most like interesting or the most fun. I will say that, right? Promise, promi, right? But this is something that's like important to keep in mind is again, each line that you create has its own quality. And you'll see that like with the next pen that I use, right? We'll see that with the next pen that I use. So the next pen that we're going to be looking at in regards to this is the one that I like use on a daily, right? And this is my like pencil this is my pencil, right? It's kind of thick. It looks normal to begin with, right? But if you look closer, right, it has a texture, right? And this is just the pencil texture. If you look at the other one, there is no texture. It's just default. It's a circle that like draws on the screen, right? There is no texture, but this one has a texture, right? And again, these lines, I'm not what we're trying to focus on isn't like getting it perfect, right? Like we're not doing like this, right? Where it's like disjuncted, right? What you want to do is you want to make sure that you're practicing these smooth flowing like lines. The smooth flowing lines will help push. And you could do that by increasing the stability, right? Stabilization. That's just underneath Aka's like back. You'll see it's right there. There's like a stabilization like tab. Just pump that up if you want. Okay. The other one that I use is also like another like pencil, right? Pen, right? But this is the soft pen, right? With these ones, you could always also see a little bit more texture. Oh, it keeps doing that weird thing. You'll see a little bit more texture, right? And this allows, if you're using this for line art, this allows for more color to seep out through. You'll still have lines and everything like that, but the lines that like the color that's underneath these like things like blend in with the line art, which makes for a good which makes for a good like unificate, like unifies everything that's like around. It's good, it's delicious, it's yummy. I think it's nice, right? I use these for, it's interesting because like when it comes to a lot of like of my art pieces, when when two things come together, right, it creates an occlusion shadow, and so those like things normally get a little bit darker, right? But this one I use it as a little lighter because they're like kind of combining together, and it's just a stylistic choice that like I make when it comes to those kinds of things. Right? Well, I'm just gonna breeze through this for like a little bit because again, I don't want this to just be me like practicing. I want to be able to I want to be able to like explain these like different things. So we'll just zoom through these for a little bit. And again, like whenever you're creating whenever you're practicing these like drawing textures, or like even like seeing what lines, like what you can do with each kind of line, right, it's important to keep note of it. It's just like I could use this for this, or I could use this for that. 100% you can. Right? So these are the mix, like these are the two that I normally use. The other thing that is like that I normally use for like lines is called the turnip pen. The turnip pen is a lot thicker, right, than Then the G Pen, right? You'll see that there's like a uh kind of like a point, right? With the G Pen, right? The turnip pen has a thicker like end, like, and then that can be changed via like the settings and stuff, with how much thickness and stuff that you can get to. The G Pen I use whenever I'm like wanting like heavy lines, right? This is the pen that would be closer to in regards to like Sobeys like art, right? Because you're able to get those crisp, clean lines, and there's not like variation in regards to when it comes to these strokes, right? You can keep a consistent like thickness whenever these kinds of things come to terms. So then we'll go over here again, same thing. And then this. So these are the three different kinds of like, these are the three kinds of pens that I like normally look at, right? This is the this is the turnip pen. This is the G pen. And again, each of these pens have different like characteristics and stuff. This is my line 1, and this is my line 1 soft. Right? So those are the main pens that I like mainly use. So like how do we practice these kinds of things? Well, that's simple and easy. Not going to be hard at all whatsoever. Where the frick is it? We look here. We look at here. We start lighting shit. One of the things that we want to do is whenever we're like practicing these kinds of pens is we start lighting stuff. Put it into practical application. What looks good, what doesn't look good, all that kind of jazz. Like we'll shift and like see whatever whatever it is that's like around. But yeah, no, it's all about practice. We'll combine these, right? This one can go. Those are other stuff. That was like learning stuff too, so we'll take that out. So yeah, this is one of the biggest things that you can do in regards to like understanding or realizing what each pen is, like what each pen can do, is by practicing these kinds of things, right? Line quality is something that is heavy with regards to aesthetic, right? Hi Rugged, hello Beyond Venue. How are you doing? Hope you're doing better. We stayed up very late last night talking about like medical stuff. Right? And again, this is the thing that you want to keep in mind, is that like whenever you're working with like lines and stuff, like how do you convey like form and volume? How do you like how do you what does the lines, what do the lines need to do in order to like show, okay, this is like, this part is closer towards the camera, this part is showing like a specific volume, right? How do you go about doing those kinds of things? We also talk more than just about you drawing various things coming. I don't think Slade's here, but like, yeah, no, Slade would not appreciate that. Right? Was it chocolate? Was it brown? I don't think it was brown. It was red, mind you. Maybe I should post my future works for future further critiques. I haven't delved into using many different pens. 100%. We have a critique. Okay, we in our Discord, in my Discord, we have a tab under learning art, which is the critique, right? So if you want constructive criticism, I don't give I've stopped giving constructive criticism without being like prompted to, and the reason for that is because um what's important to me isn't important to a lot of people, right? But like if you're open to improving and you want like feedback, like actual feedback, 100% posts are in there, and I will give a comprehensive like look and analysis to it. Not everything I say or not everything that we do is relevant to you, right? But it might shed some insight to something that like you didn't really realize before. I think one of the best things that you can do in regards to like learning art is like getting feedback from people, right? And understanding it's not a personal thing, right? Or it should never be a personal thing. If there's ever anyone that like posts anything personal or like rude, like, oh, that person is gonna get a stern talking to, right? But like it's that's the thing, it's important to like, I feel one of the biggest things to grow is like getting honest feedback with regards to your artwork. And we don't have very many spaces to get that, like in safe spaces to get that, so I want to be able to provide that for people, right? Is that safe space. Okay, so one of the reasons why I've been hit with critiques, so don't worry, I should be able to handle it. Even still, no, there are times where we want to see it, and there's times where we don't. Like we are changing every day, right? So I never like I never I never give like heavy critiques. I like look at the things that are like good, that is doing well, and it's if they're able to go towards those like points by learning themselves, I think that's one of the like best things. Okay. So one of the things that I enjoy about these like this pen or these like sets of pens, right? This heavy thing is this like, it's not, you guys won't be able to really see it, or like I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this is not fully opaque, right? It has a little bit of a like transparency, and you can see that the second time I went over this, right? You'll see that there was a transparency there. It's a little gray rather than actual charcoal black, right? One of the things that's good about this pen, and the reason why I like it, is because whenever I put down color, just underneath the like color, the pen takes up a little bit of this like color that I like make it with, right? And so that gives a kind of cohesive like look, right? Right. I came across a pretty cool drink at my local grocery store. What did you drink? I got some lychee like flavored drink with like coconut bubble tea type thing. And it's pink too. So I'm just like, damn, this is pretty. Mm. Hmm. So one of the bigger things that you want to keep in mind whenever like you're looking at you whenever you're like picking lines and stuff is like what you wanted to do with your piece. How do you like process and how do you render things, and how do you make it like better? Those are the things you want to keep in mind. The other thing that I keep in mind too whenever I'm like looking at art, or like whenever I'm making these kinds of things, is like volume, right? Volume is one of the quintessential things that you want to keep in, like that you want to like track, right? And the reason for that is because it allows this like part of your head, like for me at least, to like look and think of how the form fits these situations. Let's take a look at this. So this is volume, right? This is the like imaginary This is the imaginary lines that I have in my head that show Into tea bubble tea. Oh, what is it? That sounds interesting. These are the things that help me decide how I'm going to color like each of these things, right? And this is the same thing when it comes to like when it comes to like 3D, right? These are just the same kind of this is the same thing um as your like triangles for three dimensionality, right? So you want to keep you this is the same kind of like stuff that you want to like have in the back of your head. You like for like references and all that kind of stuff. It's nice to do. But again, it's not you don't have to do this every time, right? As long as these like forms, right, are clear in your head, right? Coloring is not hard. It's basically bubble tea in a soda can. Is it like it's not like Ramru or something like that? It's not like that. But this is the same kind of concept or like design in regards to like a like planar head. The planar head is something that like again is a very like important tool or something that like you want to keep in mind. Um but again, it's you have to be able to construct it from your head or like how you create these kinds of things, right? So let's get the G pen. So the G pen is the basic pen. This is the pen that I've used like for a lot of my time, and I've like oh my god, I hate like what's going on with like my monitor. I think I have to update my drivers. This is the one that's like basic. This is the one that like you should like use, especially when you're like starting out. And the reason for that, I think, and the reason why I'm always like perpetuating this is you there's no flare. It's the basics of the basics, right? And if you're able to like convey good like line art and line quality using this, right? You'll be able to use like all the different kinds of pens whatsoever, right? Because what's important isn't at the end of the day, what's important isn't actually the pen itself, but how you use it, right? So that's why I feel the G pen is like the one thing that you want to like always go back to and like test out and see, right? Nope, it's just straight up boba milk tea. Why? Does it come with like a giant straw? Actually, if it does, that sounds wild. Yeah, please do. Because we have a lot of bubble tea products around here as well. But I'm just like, I'm always like uncertain. It's just like, is this good bubble tea or not? There's some form of like relaxation for me, not having to think or worry about like um switching like pens, right? Because in regards to like the other one, I switched between two. I mean, it's always fun to suck some balls. It's not just fun, lady. It's amazing. Tom, hello, Beyond the New. Welcome. How are you doing today? We're just going over different kinds of line qualities today. But it's not just fun sucking balls, lady. That's my life. I want to be a professional. Like, it's fun to suck some ball. We're talking about bubble tea. We're talking about bubble tea. Tapioca pearls. Tapioca. Do you really want to send that? Has Twitch finally caught on? You're kind of sus. There you go. I sent it. You sent it. Okay, I'll take a quick. I'll take a quick gander. Oh, that looks so weird. That actually looks so weird. That doesn't look like it would have bubble tea. It doesn't look like it'd have tapioca pearls. The trick to get like good line quality. I mean, I saw wild shit in the spiders chat, but maybe it doesn't care because I'm a mod there. Oh no, 100%. You're a mod there, so it's not gonna ask you, hey, are you sure this is okay? Right? For me, I'm just like, they must think we're innocent here. Twitch's little like portion of like Twitch's little what's called little area of chaos. It has tapioca pearls in it, but they're all stuck at the bottom, so you gotta shake the can really hard. Ew. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of nasty. Granted, to get the balls to move, you kind of have to shake something else. Never mind. I wish I had like a filter. Like, I wish I had a filter like Twitch does. It's just like, do you really want to say that? Like, is that something? Is that something you want to put out there? So with the G pen, what's important to keep in mind is like working with your like pen pressure and your sensitivity, right? Because with regards to like pen pressure and sensitivity, what's important to keep note of here is you're able to get a wide variety of lines from like thick to thin, right? But you have to be like conscientious of how you're going to go about doing these kinds of things. And that's one of the reasons why it's like good to, as a starting pen to use, right? And to practice with, because you're able to create a lot of variation and a lot of like change within like this within this, right? And so you see like you're with these kinds of pens too, you're able to get a lot more variation with you're able to create a lot more effects, right? You're able to create a lot more effects in these kinds of things, and that's what's like really you. That's really all you want. Nothing fancy, nothing special, right? But it's just how you go about doing these kinds of things. Backseat of your Rover. There we go. And then we add the specular highlight on the nose because it's cute. We love cute things here. Okay. And again, like these pens are good for if you're making like comics or all that kind of stuff. Again, you don't need anything fancy, right? It just depends on how you want your like things to do. Been practicing anatomy? Have you been practicing anatomy? What part of the anatomy have you been practicing? Mm. Mm. And again, one of the bigger things is like keep in mind your form, right? No matter how like you imagine, right, how it's like broken up, just make sure that your form is like consistent. It's been okay, mostly male, because I look a female. I'm about to get arrested. Why are you about to get arrested? What kind of female forms are you looking at? Dirty, dirty Tom. No comments? What do you mean no comments? You don't just get arrested for nothing. Except Akka. They always want to arrest Akka for something. You're too cute. Wee woo, wee woo. I mean, we do have to keep reminding you of a certain character age. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry that Riku looks like a fucking high school, like college student. And sorry that like Waka just happens to sound like Akka, and so that's the first thing I said. Hmm. Yeah, I kind of thought that these drinks were gross too, but I mainly got them from Tex and Ryder. If they like them, I figured I'd try and end up liking it. That's fair. Are the tapioca balls like super duper like gooey, or do they still at least have some form? Mm. Okay. So again, this is the main thing that you want to keep in mind whenever you're like making these kinds of stuff is how do you what do you want to showcase? What are you trying to like go for? Welcome back to those that have like that those got stuck in ads. Thank you for sticking around. They still have form to them. Okay, so you're still able to like chew it, like munch it. Oh, that's good. Right? Each pen has their own like strengths and weaknesses, right? It's just about like testing out these kinds of things for each of it. Again, let's look at the turnip pen, right? And again, the turnip pen is again the same kind as like the G pen. The only difference here is that it's very thick. So you want to be able to create like your shapes, right? In like quick manners. This is more so like useful if you're creating like heavy like strips, right? Or like I imagine using this pen for like horror. Yeah. If I look a female anatomy, my FBI agent about to start saying, "Yeah, call the cops. This man can't be free if he's looking up shit." There's nothing wrong with looking at the beautiful female body, right? If you want something close to beautiful female bodies, well, we have lots of twinks here. You could always just ask them, "Hey, hello, can I use your body as a reference?" And then they'll be like, "Oh no, right? Yeah, sure, if you want." And then you like see their like things and you're just like, "Oh my god, you're beautiful." And then they'll blush and be like, "No, how could you say that?" This is the kind of stuff you would use All Might with. Speaking of, I'll probably just do that. Young Deku, hello. Have no fear, for I am here. Detroit Smash your mom. And then I'll whisk them off to the bedroom. Go whisk, go whisk. Kudo, hello. Been a hot minute. How are you? Bienvenue. We're just doing line art, we're just doing some line art practice here. If I look a few, nah, I'm gonna get more rest if I do that shit. I'm find more cops say I paid for. No, there's no way. What are you talking about? There's nothing beautiful than there's nothing more beautiful than the body. You're just doodling. You're just doodling. Okay, good. It's fun. It's important to like just doodle. It's important to just doodle and to like relax. So when it comes to be right back, how to finish making supper. Okay, enjoy. What's for dinner tonight? What's important to keep note of in these kinds of situations is like, again, having references to like the people that use these kinds of that use these kinds of pens, as well as like knowing, okay, this is the kind of style that I want, right? So I'm gonna use this pen to do what I want to do in these kinds of regards, right? Homemade fajita. Oh, that sounds yummy. Save some my way. You like Hunter x Hunter? I've been meaning to like read it actually, cause like my for you page has been like what's called been drowning in Hunter x Hunter, but the problem is that I know that it's not done. It's been like going on since I was like younger, right? But I know the like creators kind of like, I think the creator's sick like often, and so they're not able to like finish it. It gets really sad whenever that kind of stuff like happens. Why are you a very big Hunter fan? Because I know you don't say Hunter x Hunter if you're a real fan. If you're a real stan, you just say Hunter Hunter. Yeah. Hunter X2 may never end, kind of like Nana. Yeah, I like what's called Nana as well too. It's so it's so sad. There's these amazing stories and we never get like, we'll probably never get uh a continuation or a finish. Can you imagine in One Piece if the guy, right? If the guy from One Piece, the author, just like croaks and we never get to finish it. how long we've waited and we don't get to finish that shit. Like, knock on wood. I hope to God that's not the case. Been watching the anime on Tubi. I'm cooked. Is it really good? Is it really good? Because I have been planning to like watch that kind of stuff. Oda's 50 or 60. Yeah. We are lucky that we are getting an ending to Berserk. I mean, my love for OP has waned a lot. Is Berserk still ongoing? That's fucking wild. Okay. So again, these kinds of things are important to keep in mind is like how are you going to use these pens? What exactly is it are you going to be putting them for? And like make sure that you're keeping in mind that you are working with a three-dimensional object. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, after he died, his team has his notes and they're gonna finish it. Oh yeah, I can imagine that. I can imagine Oda. What's called? I imagine Oda. Wait. Are we talking about Berserk? Berserk's still ongoing, even though the author's gone. The author's gone for Berserk. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so sad. That is so sad. The author wrote it all down. Hi, Audio, Beyond the New, welcome. That's so sad. I don't like if I make something, I would be so sad if I'm not able to see the ending of it. Right? Like, okay, here's the thing in regards to our late Dragon Ball Z creator. Like, at least he was able to see a lot of it be made, right? He's created a legacy in of itself, but like granted, they're just like making more and more like versions of it and stories along with it. I think this is Understudy who's penning Berserk now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, the day he died, I cried. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't ever want that to happen. Oh my god. I don't know how I feel. Actually, okay. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, to be fair, right? This is your baby. Granted, like, you create stories for people to enjoy and all that kind of stuff, right? Um, and so like where do you go about like where do you go about like stripping away your ego to have your story be finished, or is it more important to people to be able to like watch what you create? I don't know. I as a content creator, as someone that makes art and someone that wants to like start making stories and everything like that, I wouldn't I wouldn't know how I feel. I would just be so fucking sad. I'm like up there in hell. It's just like, damn, I didn't get to finish it. In other sad news, David Lynch died today, and that's crush. Who's David Lynch? Don't hurt me. Twin Peaks? Twin Peaks. Go finish dinner. Continue my footsteps at dinner, like by making good dinner. Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks. No, that's a restaurant. Is the American Mystery. Is the American Mystery. Surrealist mystery horror drama television series created by Mark Foster and Dave Lynch. In 1990, it ran for 2 seasons until it was canceled in 1991. The show returned to. If it's not animation, right? If it's not animation, I don't know it from like a younger, because like when I was younger, I didn't really watch like live like people. I didn't like the look of people. I like the look of like animations. mm. 2017 it returned, really. It had like a total of 48 episodes. Lynch was a painter first, then got into filmmaking. That's a shame. I want to see Lynch. What does he look like? Oh, he's stunning. Which picture was this? 1990? Oh, damn. Hello, daddy. Um No. No. Yeah, Twin Peaks inspiration from Gravity Falls. Really? Okay. Really? Okay. I'll have to watch it. I'll have to like take a quick I'll have to take a gander. Honestly, was this yeah? If that's how he looked like in 1990, damn. So Hi-Fi Rush referenced him, Alan Wake, and loads of things. Was he like the main author of those kinds of like? Was he the main author of it? Mm. Tom, what do you mean? No way am I going to. You know when you're fine, you're fine. There's no getting around it. If you're fine, you're fine. And a lot of you guys are fine. Hell, anyone that's good, like again, anyone that's fun, I would call daddy. Yeah, he did a lot of work, but Twin Peaks is what he's known for. Eraserhead is also his. What else has he made? Lynch studied painting, independent surrealist film Eraserhead. For best director, The Elephant Man. Oh, so he's done a lot. So a lot of his thing is horror. Oh, he made the original Dune, the space opera Dune, Lost Highway, Straight Story, Inland Empire. Oh, 2006. Right. Created the ABC Twin Peaks, for which Lynch was nominated for 5 Primetime Emmy Awards. Oh, that's impressive. Oh, he guest stars in the Cleveland Show. This is fun. This is a weird thing. The Big Dream, Crazy Clown. Yeah, it sounds like he has like a really heavy like influence in regards to like the horror like genre and industry. And if it's surrealist and everything like that, that means that like the majority or the biggest part of his like thing. I'd like to see Twin Peaks to see if it's just like a like psychological thing. Because whenever I think of surrealist horror, right, it always comes back to like the uncanny and like psychological like via the mind. He put a lot of things in every interview. Him is iconic. I'll have to watch it. You want a quick peek? Watch a short film. What did Jack do? What did Jack do? What did Jack do? What did Jack do? My nameless Cleveland Brown, and I am proud to be back in my hometown. I could rewatch Twin Peaks. We have to watch that like Sonic thing first, lady. Oh, you know what we did yesterday, right? We watched the Sonic 3 movie. It was an experience, lady. Yeah, we have to watch the Sonic fandom. Do you want to watch that tonight after like a little bit on stream? Anyway, I gotta go pack my. Okay, enjoy. But yeah, will you watch that tonight? Oh, good. It would be after. Go watch the My Hero fan. No, God, the My Hero fandom's so toxic. If I wanted to be if I wanted something toxic, I would what's called? I'd do something else. Today's Thursday. Today is Thursday. Yeah, that's why I'm teaching people how to like make these drawings and stuff. Nice. Okay. My rotation is starting, so please don't miss me too much whenever I'm gone. Okay. So whenever like we're using what's called, just let me know for sure. Oh, 100%. I will. So whenever you're like working on these kinds of things, like whenever you're like picking like whenever you're picking which like kind of line that you're wanting to use, right? What's important to keep note of is, again, how you want to like choose lines, and like you want to be drawing them in a way that like is pushing your forms, right? Push your forms, right? Push your like what's called, push your lines, push your forms, all that kind of stuff. Make sure that that's what like um you're keeping, that's the, make sure that's what's like in the back of your head whenever you're doing those kinds of things, because lines in of itself can convey so much, right? You just have to be able to like properly convey them whenever you're making these kinds of things, right? Oh my gosh. Right? Because lines in of itself is also just all about volume, right? There's another thing that like people also don't realize or understand whenever it comes to certain things is you're creating your art piece, you're working diligently, and you're creating like your fucking masterpiece, your magnum opus at the time, right? How do you pick, like you make your sketch, the sketch looks amazing, you're just like, this is it, it's time to line art. And when you line art, you see that it's either a little flat, right, or something's off. The reason for that is because whenever you're creating line art, or whenever you're creating your sketch and everything like that, your brain, right, or like you're visually, you see multiple different like lines that are like coalescing, right? Let me see if I can't find an example of that. Holy shit, I saw the oval shoulder blade. It's amazing. I just use it. I fucking did it. Oval shoulder blade? An oboe shoulder blade? These ones? Okay. One of the things that you want to keep note of whenever you're like making these decisions. Slade, hi, bienvenue, welcome. Yeah, use them. Right, they're very good. Hi, Slade. We were just talking about beautiful people, and your name popped up. Right. One of the things you want to keep in mind whenever you're creating these lineup, one of the things you want to keep in mind, I'm just gonna keep repeating myself at the beginning, is how you're selecting, right, these kinds of things. You're not focusing on like one line or the other line. What's important whenever you're like making your line art is you're collecting this information here, right, and choosing the best course to like follow. You're not following specific like acts, like portions and stuff, right? It's hard, it's difficult. Again, all that kind of stuff really only comes into play with more practice. Bree, hello, bienvenue. I see your banana there. Things you keep in mind. But is that right? How are you, my dear? Hope you've been well, Bree. Slade, you can't hide. You can't always hide when people call you cute. You have a banana in your throat? You're getting your daily dose of potassium? Of your potassium? I'm actively hiding under my blankets. Why? Slade is such a cutie pie. Slade is such a cutie patootie. I want to do things to Slade. Like, put them into bed and make them feel safe and cuddled. Can we get a Slade is cute in chat, guys? You're so fun. Thank you. One of the biggest thoughts on Hazbin Hotel, more specifically the fandom. The fandom is fucking wild. The fandom is wild. I don't know why there's so much controversy and everything like that, but I love Hazbin Hotel and I love like Vizzy's work and all that kind of stuff. One of the comments that I saw in regards to like Vizzy is just like, Vizzy doesn't know what like the Hazbin Hotel needs, and like Vizzy needs to leave. And I'm just like, holy fucking shit, Vizzy's the one that made this. Like, what do you mean Vizzy doesn't know? This is her fucking baby. The fandom is wild to me. It's so weird. But I love the story. I love Helluva Boss. I love Hazbin Hotel. It's so good. It's made me cry so much. Hazbin Hotel. Oh, come on, Brie. What do you mean, snooze? Billy Bust Up? What is Billy Bust Up? Hazbin has good songs, but messy writing, and the fandom is a garbage pile. Yeah, it is. I'm being a sassy. Oh yeah. No, the like fandom is like burning. Oh, Helluva Boss. Oh my god, yes. Helluva Boss is so good, and I can't wait for the next season. I'm so excited for the next season. Oh. But like, I am a huge stan for like Stolas and Blitz. But granted, my favorite like ship is like Fizz and Ozzy. My favorite ship is Fizz and Ozzy. Fizz and Ozzy are so fucking good. Right. I'm curious to see how Hazbin Hotel like goes, right? I it's messy. It's like a lot of like it's messy, but like I'm still like invested in it just because of how long I've been invested in it. To be clear, I was kidding. I don't actually hate Hazbin Hotel. Not big on it, but I'm happy people enjoy it. Oh no, understand. We understand. We get it. Mm. It's also wild that they got like what's the guy's name that plays that cat poker person, Husker, right? It's crazy that they got him to like voice it. It's an amazing portrait of like a healthy relationship where both sides are like yo, Bree, yo, relax. That's too much. Yo, whoa. I need to buy a larger blanket. It's getting harder to hide under there and stay fully under. Yeah, it's getting harder. It's better written, to be fair. I fucking love Moxie. That's my dog right there. I don't care if he's a loser. My boy is just me, and I would get along with Grim. Oh yeah, no, like, oh god, I love all the characters and stuff. Yeah, but there's like a finesse. There's a finesse that I say. What are you talking about? I'm very finessey. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Brie. Right. I would do things to that boy, to that man, to that Husker. Keith David's so good. And especially I love the song. Oh, things look bad and your back's against the wall. And I love what's called? I love Angel Dust's character too. I love them. I love them so much. What do you mean? What do you mean? Explain, Slade. You want to tell the class? Insomnia, hello, bienvenue, welcome. Thanks for the follow. I'm Aka. How are you doing today? Was that what I'm supposed to say? I mean, in Bree's defense, I would want Luna to. Oh my god, I love the characters so much. They're so fun. They're so good. Right? All the characters are like lovely and amazing. It's not my place. No. If they're calling you it, there's a reason why. You have to explain why. But yeah, Keith Davis is so good. I miss I hope Serpentious like is seen in the new season as well too, because I love Serpentious. He's such a goofy tube snake, like a tuber, and so I love him. Right? Who else? Who else? No, I'm not a stan. Like, it's not perfect writing or anything like that, right? But I don't think it deserves all the hate that it's getting, right? And that's just my like honest opinion, right? Especially with like VisiPop just wanting to create stories and things for people to like enjoy and see. Like it kind of hurts. It kind of hurts what the fandom's doing to her, or like what the fandom is saying about her, right? That's the thing. But I love I can't wait for I can't wait for the third season of Helluva Boss, right? And the music is so good. The music is so good. 90-second. I'm so happy how far Goosework has come despite me not being interested in digital circus. I remember being in school and listening to their early music and covers. Oh yeah, Goosework, the Amazing Digital Circus. I've like seen like 2 episodes. I haven't seen like the newest one lately. The reason for that is because I've just been like busy, so I haven't had like a chance to like take a look. But yeah, no, it's so freaking like good. It's so freaking good. It's so good. And then people went wild over the what's the word? The gummy guy. The gummy guy. Watching Keanu Reeves right now in John Wick, but is happy in many ways. Yeah. You're into John Wick? You want to get destroyed by John? I want to get destroyed by Keanu Reeves. What was it? Oh my god, Keanu Reeves voiced Shadow the Hedgehog. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. I got so freaking surprised that Keanu Reeves was like voiced him, and I'm just like, wow. Bro, they show my boy Moxie no respect. My boy Deadass is getting treated like shit when he has the only other one trying to do his job. I swear, I need to tutor this man to be strong and breaking the barrier to argue. I think one of the things is that like Moxie also just doesn't know how to like stand up for himself in a lot of the things, because like growing up, he's never had that like ability or like that allowance to be able to like give himself that like that possibility, right? No, I'm not saying anything bad about him or anything like that. I'm just saying it's so surprising when I heard Shadow the Hedgehog, right? I'm just like, who the fuck played Shadow? And it was Keanu Reeves. He took on that role. I was just like, damn, son. Like, holy heck, Keanu Reeves, why? But also, like, he did great in that role. Yeah. Perfect role. Moxie is voiced by Richard Steven Horvitz. Keanu is, yeah, okay. It has Moxie, like, has that guy, like, voiced in anything else? I'd let him feel me with his gummy goo if and you take my meaning. What do you mean, lady? What is this gummy goo? Zim. Zim zim zim. Insomnia High, hello. Bienvenue. What is Zim? Should I speak in uh uh as Invader Zim? Invader Zim. Yeah, I love. Oh, has he done Invader Zim? He's Zim? Oh. I didn't really oh god. You're right, he is. God. Oh damn. Oh damn. Okay. Kyle Scana. Yo, he's done a lot. Again, a lot of these like voice actors that like a lot of the voice actors that they got right for like that Busy got for these like things are freaking wild. They're so good. It's so good. Billy from Billy and Mandy. Okay, I gotta focus up more on Keanu cause yeah. Slade just wants to like do stuff to Keanu Reeves, and I get that. I understand. I'm getting jealous of Keanu Reeves. Because the cuties like after them. But yeah, no, again, like Vizzy has gotten some of these amazing like talents to like voice her series, right? Where like, you know, I don't think that like anyone at the time thought that this kind of stuff would happen for like a web for let alone for like a web series, you know? So I don't know where all the hate is coming from for Vizzy. Okay. Who would not want to brush fingertips with Calories hair and kiss those soft lips? Bro, I hate how they treat Mox. I need to show him from cups and then make him serious. No, I think like at the end of the day though too, I think like Moxie still understands or still feels that like he's still validated, especially because of his relationship with like Millie, right? Um but yeah, no, I think he just doesn't have that like allowance to be able to express who he is, right? Which is sad. His hood name's Lil N. No. I don't want that. I still want him to stay the cute, like adorable little like gremlin that he is. Right? But to be fair, he's also kind of annoying, especially in that like camp episode. In that camp episode, he was just like boring. It was just boring. It was hard to watch him. It was hard to watch him. Granted, everyone has days where they're like not the best. I fucking hate that episode, the camp episode. I love it for Millie. I really do love it for Millie. I hate that episode really, but I love it for Millie. Hi, Kodiak. Bienvenue. Welcome. How are you doing? We're just going over different different ways to do lines. Look, it's the old man. Hey, hey. I'm the only one that's able to call him an old man. No, I want to see this man more serious because he's got that dog in him. Um, I hope that we see like Moxie's dad more because I feel like that would be wonderful character development for like Moxie to like grow into himself. Millie needs more spotlight in general. She basically just has the camp episode and ghost fuckers. Oh yeah, 100%. No, she. Oh yeah, 100%. I feel like in this coming season, right? For those of you guys that don't like that haven't watched the last episode of Has Been Hotel, or Hell of a Boss, please go watch it. Um, but yeah, for what happens to her, right at the end, I freaking think it's gonna be an important season for her. I haven't watched any of the series. That's mistake on your part. Right. I request that you watch it. I request that you watch it. I gotta line this man up because, with all due respect, my boy got the Tata to do cut, and he needs to get a nice cut. He needs to get like no, he's fine. He looks good. Should fix it then. Fix Miyaka, right? I think it's illegal to fix humans, Slade. And why would you want it taken out? Why would you want? Why would you want me to take it? Why would you want me to? Why would you want me to take it out? It's not the proper way. Gotta go through medical. Okay. But yeah, no, I love Mox. I love Mox. Cause I but like Ozzy and like Fizz, oh my god. They just have the best. Okay, they see each other for who they are. They don't see each other for what they could be. Like Fizzaroli see Fizzaroli's insecurities and everything are like um is healed via what's called Ozzy's like unconditional love for Fizz, right? And they know that they're not like perfect. Like they know both of them know that they're not perfect, but they still choose each other, right? Because they have things that like they're able to do and they talk and communicate and stuff, right? And I love when when Ozzy calls Fizzaroli like um what's called Froggy. It just melts my fucking heart. It's so funny, right? It's so funny to me that like the the gold standard of a healthy relationship is via two demons in hell, right? In the lust ring. Second mother, I know that boy ain't go out wear that shirt his body get this man nice hustler shirt. No, 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 no. Oh my god. I don't know. I feel like with Moxie, his charm is his like innocence. If he started like acting like a baller, I'd just be like, Moxie, what are you doing? But it's just wild to me that the gold standard is a couple from hell. Okay. So what you want to again, what you want to keep in mind whenever we're like, okay, I know we're like talking a lot about like the fandom and the show and all that kind of stuff, right? But like bring it back a little bit, right? This is the like pen that I've been using for like inking and everything like that. You see, it's like main thing, right, is what's called, it has a texture to it, and on the inside too, it like it's a little bit like more transparent or translucent. This texturing and everything like that is important because you want to keep in mind, or you want that like feel, that like pencil feel for all those kinds of things. And again, whenever I'm like working on these like cases, you'll see that there's like a weight to the muzzle, right? This is just about creating form, right? This is about showing form in a two-dimensional space, right? And this is what you want to keep in mind whenever you're drawing these kinds of things. Again, no matter what pencil type you use or anything like that, right? This is how you go about doing it, is like creating those depths, creating those fields, all those kinds of things, right? This also creates like a really nice like hatching effect too, right? And it just feels like more smooth for me. Zakili B. I'm gonna call you B. Hi, welcome, bienvenue. Hope you're doing super duper well. Right? Okay, I'm back. Had to set my brain on fire. Why did you have to set your brain on fire? Oh, look, it's the two cuties. So guys, so last night I was in voice call, and then Lukey joined and Slade joined, and they were both very cute last night. So these people are very cute. If you guys want cute people in your life, go say hello. Okay. You got a couple of cutie patooties. A couple? You're all cutie patooties. Every single one of you. There's no way. Don't deny. Are you calling me a liar? Are you calling me a liar? Are you guys calling me a liar? No way. No way. Third, get this man a better mindset to focus on the money and get his man straight. No, don't. I don't want him super confident. You can't prove your statement. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. That's fair. Does sound complicated. And it sounds like it's kind of like stressful to like even try. And I with a smile. If the world was ending, I wanna be next to you. Specifically you. Bro, this is how we fix. No, we don't need him fixed. We just want him like to love himself. We don't need to fix, right? We just want him to love himself. That's all that I need for him. I mean, there's no pressure to finish anything. I I said what I said. Was ending, I wanna be next. So again, the reason why I'm doing these like lines how they are is because again to showcase how we go about thinking of these kinds of things. But yeah, one of the biggest things again you want to keep in mind is you're creating these forms via your memory. And this is something that you're understanding is this planar like all of these forms and stuff can like it is has color and has shape, right? And again, we'll go over, let's, since we have these like lines and everything like that, we might as well go color them in. But again, how we do go about doing this is that you'll see that each of these things, right, are affected by the color, or by color differently, right? Especially specifically this one right here, right? This follows this pen that I normally use, right? The lines take up the form, or the lines take up the color that's underneath just a little bit. So we want to keep that in mind whenever we're like making these kinds of things, is how do we want our lines to like interact with everything else? Do we want it to be at the forefront? Do we want it to be in the background? Do we want to like, you know, pound it? I didn't say that. Sorry, I'm thinking of something else. Do we want to now all I can think about is pounding my lines. Do we want these, how do we want these things to like work is the biggest question, right? Pounding lines isn't a TOS thing, is it? My boy, after all, is about to be the next Steve Jobs. No, I love Moxie being like subtle. That's my biggest thing. Is Moxie being a good boy? He has to focus on like loving like Millie more than anything. I feel like they're not like. Oops. I feel like they're not all that great right now. Right? So they need work. They need work. Ah, gosh darn it. Let's do this. Okay, so the biggest thing again, and it's the same thing too with this one. You'll see that like color interacts depending on like differently with the line depending on where it's being used, like depending on how like the line is like treated. So these are the things you want. These are the things you want. Okay, these are the things you want. So let's have them all be a single color. Brown. Because brown is good. Is a good like neutral tone. I need this man to be. He's not even human. He's a demon. Girl, love the deep lines you have on the one on the top, left top. Yeah, you're talking about the All Might stuff. Yeah, they're really nice. Okay. Supper is finished. I'm sure Tex and Raider are like super happy. Super duper happy. Okay. So, yeah, Slade. Yeah. So, okay, again, you'll see that like these lines, right? When you look at this, these lines, what's called, take on what's underneath. It's no longer just gray or anything like that. You're double meaning, I swear. What double meaning? Was there a double meaning? I didn't even realize. So these lines take on these colors, especially too if you like start changing. So I'm gonna like, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to like start airbrushing in like different colors. We're gonna multiply this, right? And it's gonna like blend into. It's gonna blend into. So these things also have different like ways right? Of like interacting with like blended like blended colors in regards to the line or in regards to what's inside. If you're going to be changing, right? If you're going to be changing these things, right? These like line weights, how are these lines going to be affected? Because this is so heavy, right? You need to go in here and like actually actively change these things, right? And the reason for that is because again, these small variations and stuff contrast very heavily with what you're actually going like what you would be going for in regards to these thick lines, right? When you said Tex and Red are very happy about the meal. Oh, was that it? Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't they be happy with the meal? You're making like tacos, street stuff. Yeah, I love this. I love Spider. Oh, Post Malone, Sunflower. I love that too. V stars? Well, they're all furries. I have no clue what you're saying, but it's a vibe. Oh yeah, 100%. I am a vibe. I vibe well. If you know what I mean. Means I'm super chill. Okay. So again, it's these kinds of things where it's just like there's different variations and stuff that you can actually do in order to like push, right? In order to push. Who doesn't love Spider-Verse? Yes, lady. There's different ways that you can like treat your like line art, right? In order to push your like concepts and tones and stuff, like what I was saying in regards to Sobe Bird, like the person that I mentioned earlier, right? They have their lines colored in like a little bit of a darker like tones or tinge in regards to um their like character creations and all that kind of stuff, right? Thick lines like are good every now and again, right? But it just depends. You have to decide how do you want these things to like, how do you want these things to look, right? Did you mention Sobe? I did mention Sobe Bird. Why? Are vibing. Doritos. Who doesn't love Spider Verse? I don't know. It like it's visually amazing. Any artist that doesn't like it probably has like some kind of beef with regards to like what's the word? Sony, most likely. Yeah. So Sobi has like a very distinct like heavy line weight to their like thing, right? Thank you for the hydrate, Lukey. Avita se arigato. Mm, delicious. I forget how known Sobi is sometimes when I'm friends with them. Oh yeah. Sobi hangs out a lot in like Love's chat. In like Love's thing. You know what? I'm not gonna add. Okay, I won't add. The first thing I'm gonna do here. Love is a link to a lot of people. Love knows a lot of people too. Speaking of Spider Verse, I really hope the controversy between Miles VA and Gwen's VA doesn't cause any more delay. What? There's a controversy between the two of them? Okay. So what? I am gonna be doing a 3/4 view. It's gonna be from up here. It's gonna go down, right? It's all gonna be the same, right? And we're gonna see how these like lines that I've drawn on the characters' faces, right? Um, actually cause how it interacts with each of these kinds of things, right? First and foremost, I'm going to like put down a like soft a soft shadow, right, on these places. The reason for that is because again, I'm just establishing the shadows, right? These are just establishing shadows, right? And you'll see how the okay, back, did I miss anything exciting? We were talking about feet for like 5 hours, and then we were talking about like how cute you were for like 10. Wait, how long have I been streaming? We've been talking about feet for an hour, and then we were talking about how cute you were for the other. Yeah. Reply to Wiki uptime. Yeah, exactly. There we go. So there's been a series of coincidences where the two main cast members of Spider-Man get together. Oh yeah, no, 100%. 100%. So it was the same here too. The VA and the person like got together and then did they like separate? Probably did, huh? Why is there two? Two what? Because Fossilbot and I think it's also Command. Yeah, Fossilbot. They just really want to know how well I'm doing right now, though. If it Beans, though, are we gonna have a conversation? Are you guys actually gonna have a conversation? Check the VOD. Surely you're not lying to me. I would never lie to you, guys. Help. Okay. The other thing that I want to keep in mind too is like whenever we're putting these like stuff together, I'm also gonna be putting like the highlight, the like light in. So we want to put the light in. This is the area that like everything's gonna be like touching first and foremost, right? And then we're gonna be like breaking this down into like its different parts, right? Anything that's outside, anything that's facing away from like the light source, we're like gonna color in, right? It's gonna be dark. Anything that's like just partially being like touching the light source, we're gonna like keep in some kind of light here. And this is about like following your at the base of it all. This is about following your mapping, right? This is one of the harder things that a lot of artists aren't able to do, is because they don't have that set or that idea of form yet in their head. So what you want to do is you want to keep in mind that like these lines here are either facing towards or facing away from that light source. Right? And again, this is just a matter of like understanding how your planar heads are being done. Miles VA has been trying to make that happen with Gwen's VA, but she has no interest in him, and she's also engaged. So there's just been, that's weird, yo. Why? Like, she's engaged. Why does the Miles VA have to do something sketch? Oh my gosh, no. So anything facing towards, again, anything facing towards the light, anything that's not, is brighter. Anything facing away is like darker. So we'll take a quick look at the this. You'll see that we already have these forms like rendered out. Like you're able to see even without the lines. This is a character's like, this is a character's face, right? In the most simplest terms ever, this is a character's face. Guys, Hydro doesn't know this, but I don't think my VODs like are automatically put up. I don't think Aka knows this either. Okay, so you'll see that like, okay, here we see these like forms and shapes like taking up, right? This is what's important whenever we're like making this is what we want to see whenever we're like putting these forms together or wherever we're like making characters. This is what's important, right? And then even here, there's gonna be specular highlights that's like happening over here. So you'll want to like put that there. But again, this is why we do these kinds of things. And this is what you look at like shadows and all that kind of stuff, or like the lines. How does the lines interact with those kinds of things? I assume this is more blended than a random square of highlight. 100%. These get blended in, right? But depending on how your like render process is and all that kind of stuff, the main reason that we look at these kinds of stuff, or the main reason why we're like doing it in this specific way, is just to showcase how like simple the rendering can be, right? And how effective understanding your key like volumes, right, can like can already give you something that's like good, right? A little late to class but made it. Oi you. Hi Keen, hello. Hope you're doing well. Beyond Venu, welcome. right? We are just talking about line quality, line art, and what's called volume. So that's our goal today. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well, right? Yeah, because the third movie was supposed to come out March 2024, but because of the writer's strike, that didn't happen, and it's partly because of conflict between the two. They shouldn't even need to be in the same like. They shouldn't even be need to be in the studio at the same time. Like if that's the case, I feel like they'd be able to do it. But like playing off of one another is one thing. That's weird. That's so weird to me. Now that I finally made it home after a 6 hour traffic. Oh my god, 6 hours of traffic? Why? What happened? So we're gonna be looking at through these at the same time again. We're gonna be like again anything that's facing towards, right? Anything that's facing towards the light. We like keep in the hot in we keep bright. Anything that's facing away, right? We keep a little darker. But it's all about like understanding how light is, right? And our choices in regards to rendering. Apparently there was a shooting. There was like 3 cars in the middle of the road with oh my god. Did you have to pass through that? That's so scary. Okay. Luckily, no. Oh, thank God. That kind of stuff can get traumatic, especially if you're not used to like seeing those kinds of things. Right? I'm glad that you're home now. You could relax and rest. No need to like stress about anything else. Oh my gosh. But you wanted to see? Okay. Well, I guess everyone's different when it comes to those kinds of things. Okay. There we go. I seen worse. Yeah, same. But it's still kind of like stressful. I feel that those kinds of things are like very stressful when it comes to the human existence. Look at what's wrong. Okay. So again, you'll see that this for like you're able to tell these forms. You're able to like look at these like areas that you like highlight, right? With a like with a soft shade, and then this starts building up to become more of a form, becomes more of the character that we like see below, right? And again, it's a constant like look. It's a constant scene. You're constantly seeing these kinds of things, right? I seen worse. You've seen worse than I've been through. You've been through so fucking like bad as actually as of late, right? That's all see this stuff and think it's not a big deal. Indeed, but how my lovely stars doing today? We're doing good. We're doing good. We're just going over again, we're just going over some of the like important qualities when it comes to like um shadow and form and LiDAR, all that kind of stuff, right? Learning how to draw is so much fun. Again, all of these kinds of things, the reason why I do this is because I enjoy sharing what I know, and I also enjoy seeing people like improve, right? There's nothing more satisfying to me than like helping people get better at art. But yeah, no, like it's wild, like it's wild, Lukey. Um but yeah, everyone has different like levels of things that they're like comfortable with, or like they have to be comfortable with. Like being in the healthcare field, it's just like you see some wild shit. Okay. So here, this is where again, understanding or like seeing like how the like three dimensionality of these like 2D objects can help push your can help push these images further, right? And we take them away, you're able to see this is what it's supposed to be looking like. This is it's an object. Like this is how it's supposed to be. It's not like, again, this is the basis of the basis, right? I took Katy Perry's fireworks also except for firework. It was a propane tank. Oh my gosh, Rugged. I can't believe, I thank God that you survived it, but I also can't believe that that happened to you. It's so crazy. Okay. Again, it's the same thing here. We're constantly I'm constantly showcasing these things because this is how, like, this is what I do, like, every time. Is you have these forms, you have these figures and all that kind of stuff. And it's just an understanding or a repetition, right, of the same thing over and over again. Not the same thing. I mean, you're gonna have variations and stuff that, like, you'll want, but it's important to no. Well, that's right, Keith. You didn't know about that date, did you? But it's important to keep in mind, this is the kind of thing that this is how we go about doing this, right? When I emphasized earlier, or like yesterday, thank you, Keen. When I emphasized earlier, or at least like in the previous lessons that we did, right, why form is so important for these kinds of stuff, right? It's this. It's because of this. You're able to make beautiful, like, oh, thank you for the posture check, right? You're able to make beautiful, like, you're able to make beautiful, like, characters and objects with just a few simple things, right? And let me stretch now here in a little bit. Okay. What? What? Good thing you nutted. Weird time. I'm just stretching. I'm stretching, guys. Yo, no, it's my stretching my upper body. That's it. That's all. Pulling out that lower back, you know what I'm saying? No! Guys have a dirty mind. Dirty mind. Okay. I've been stretching like that before too, Aka. Good times, good times. Yeah, exactly. Beautiful times. Excuse me, I was lurking till I heard some. I'm glowing! Hi! Hello, bienvenue! Welcome to the stream! I'm stretching! We're just stretching! We just like to. Yo, nice! It's important to stretch. And what you're stretching isn't just a portion, it's your whole body. You should stretch your whole body. Thanks for the follow. I don't know if I. Yo, we can make this otter stretch. Yeah, stretching something. It's my body. You guys, have you not stretched your bodies before? You guys have stretched your bodies before, right? You know this is legitimate. You guys. You know how like in Kung Fu, right? You know how like you're a Kung Fu master and like you go hiya, right? It's the same. You're releasing like your inner power when you go hiya. Right. I did what I could today for my drug. It's still a whip, but it's coming along. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Yeah, no, take your time. It's important to like not stress about like finishing something. Yeah, I've stretched before, but I never sounded like I had a vibrator going while doing so. I That's not how I sound when I have something inside. You guys aren't gonna know. You guys aren't gonna know. Believe me. Trust. Those are different sounds. You guys don't get to hear them. But no. Okay, I think the only way is by giving us a reference. I'm not giving you guys references for anything. That's dangerous precedence to like. That's a dangerous person. You guys are sus. Glory, why are you exposing it? I'm not. I'm not. I just tried to let you guys know. This is the perfect time to say hi. I've been looking for the Fox Confessor. Hi, hello, be over here. Welcome. Why are people lurking while I'm stretching? Why are people lurking while I'm stretching? I ain't sus. I just you're stretching yourself out as well. Yo, no, yo. These are normal sounds. Have you guys never been to a gym before? Right? Are you? Oh, you guys are just. Are you guys saying that like this is why I get looks whenever I go to the gym and stretch? There's no way. No. Okay, so when I buy a ref from you next time, just know what I'm trying to buy. What are you trying to buy? A ref. No. Yeah, none of this sound like. No way, yo. You all sound like that. Don't you guys playing with me? You guys are playing. I will continue to stretch like this. You guys are wild. None of them, me when a normal sound plays loud on the speaker, we all play something stretching streams out loud, yeah. Yeah, no, this is, oh my god, this is just stretching. You guys, this is just stretching. Like if you guys, no. Why is it every time I fucking stretch, everyone's like, oh yo, you're so wild. Like, what's going on, Aka? It sounds like you have something going on there. No, it's not. I'm just releasing the tension in my body. I promise I'm not falling for stretching noises. There's a promise there. What are you? Oh wait. Okay, I could sneeze. Each sentence you're saying is digging a deeper grave. Currently 69 PT. Yeah. There's no sus here. Just trust. I've been stretching like this since I started streaming. No way. Aka, is there a stabilizing core in your chair? Definitely. What is a stable? Oh, funny. Like I have to like put myself on some kind of stick to make sure I don't fall off my chair. No. You guys. We're here to do serious artwork. We're here to do serious artwork. I wish someone would stretch me and make me so skinny. He said it's true, horny too. I'm not. Super cereal. Super cereal, exactly. I'm super cereal right now. Then draw someone stretching. Yo, I could draw someone stretch. Yo, I don't have to. Yo, there's actually I have a drawing of someone stretching. Did I ever? I never like. I think this was in 2023. I never released it because I'm like, it's not that great. It's still not that great. I just have to make sure it's still not that great. But that was 20 stretching, and then this is the same sounds that she would make that I make, right? That's it. That's it. That's it. This was a while ago. It was a long time ago. That was a long, long time ago. There's lots I would change to it. But yeah, that's you guys haven't. We'll do stretching stream one day. You guys can learn how to actually stretch, right? You have to include your like vocal cords as well when you stretch. You can't just be like quiet all the time, right? Different platform for the stretch. What are you talking about? What different platform? Everything's above bar here, right? Trust. Okay. So again, oh my god, even Ryder said he doesn't sound like that when he's stretching it. He's like, no way. Ryder, you're not stretching all the way. You gotta stretch all the way. You gotta release that. Like you guys have to release the inner working those inner things. Y'all stretch everything, guys. Okay. If you're not making like those sounds, right? You're not stretching all the way. You need to learn. You guys need to stretch all the way. Guys are wild. Okay. So again, like this you want to make sure that these are consistent. You want to make sure that these are consistent, right? Is your when you're like working through these kinds of things, you're oh my god. When you're working through these kinds of things, you're this thing is in the back of your mind. You don't have to draw all of these things and you don't have to draw all of these things, but what's important is that you have these like this thought constantly. I need or like you're constantly thinking about the form. You're constantly thinking about the form. One of the light sources that I normally add at the end of these kinds of things is your bounce light, and the bounce light is normally the like is external light or something like that, or like a side light. If I have a warm color, I normally go for a cool bounce light, right? And so anything that's here, anything that like touches this bounce light or coming from the side, right, is covered in this like the glow, right? And this again, just it's all about creating that form and pushing that like idea and everything like that. I need to figure out how to release all the tension in my back due to poor posture. When I get younger, I got a stiff back. Exactly. And so by doing that, you have to like be stretching very good. And to stretch very good, part of it is like vocalizing it. So it needs a stretchy partner to help really release those inner pops. Okay. So again, it's these things that like you see, right? That like help create this illusion of three-dimensionality on a 2D plane. Right? There you go. Very, very nice. I'm just saying the hole earlier has reached triple digits. That's moaning. Glowing. What do you mean? What is that supposed to mean? Why is it moaning? There's no need to moan, guys. I got you. Yeah, one of the biggest things that like I learned when I was doing some like yoga was that lying down actually helps relieve a lot of the tension on your lower back. And if you're able to actually relax, right, and then kick up your feet, right, over your head and like kind of, it's kind of like a pretzel, like it's kind of like you, here's your head, here's your thing, and then your like legs are over here, right, and you could support your back just a little bit with your hands. That actually like pulls a lot of the tension off of your like lower back. That's my favorite position for stretching. For stretch, guys, god dang it. Lay down. No, for stretching. You guys are wild. Come on. It's supposed to like help. I should probably not be asking for stretching. For my sake, yes. You know what they say, face down, peach up. You guys are crazy. Okay. So do you guys have any questions in regards to like the art, not my stretching routine or anything like that? Any questions? Right? Yeah, no questions. That's all good. There's none. Like one of the biggest things in regards to like create like making like these things. If you give me 2 seconds, I'll think of some. Yeah, how long is your makeup routine? I actually don't put on makeup more often than not. I have a root. I have like a face. I have a. I have like I like in the morning I clean my face and all that kind of stuff, and I put on like moisturizer and everything. Um, because I feel like that's all I really need. And like it's the same with my evening routine. I use like a hydroxylic oil, like something or whatever, as a cleanser, and then I like moisturize with like retinol, and then a vitamin C cream, and then like vitamin C drops and stuff, and then moisturizer with uh sunscreen. The blue glow on the rim of the face. What is that? Okay. So this is one of the things that we were talking about before previously. Let me just open this, like open up the thing. This is one of the things that is important whenever you're creating like form, right? Uh what's it called? Ropeable is what's called bounce light, right? So whenever you see an like 3D object or like an object in like a space or something like that, light enacts on the object, but it also enacts around the surrounding like area, right? And so what happens is that the surrounding area takes up that color, bounces off of that surface, and then it gets reflected onto the object itself. So that's a bounce light. Whenever I'm creating objects in regards to like with a warm light, right? I have that main light source there, which is like some more often than not the sun, but there's always bounce light. And so what that bounce light is and why I normally create blue is one, because they're complementary like colors, right? Or they're like opposite like colors, blue and like yellow. And two, it like the blue can be taken from like the sky or something like that, and this just helps create form, right? There's this three-dimensionality that a secondary light can show an object, right? And it's important to keep that in mind whenever you're rendering something like that. Okay. I'm a visual learner, so I'll sign up for your class to get really good idea. Like, what class? What class? How much do you stretch? Like, how many hours do you take? Normally, whenever I'm stretching, I do a good like 15-20 minutes of stretching or like yoga, right? And that's just because like that's prior to when I do like weights, right? So I do like 15-minute cardio, or I do 15-minute cardio, yoga, then weights, and then another 15 minutes of cardio, right? And the only reason why I do cardio is to keep like my legs like slender. Yeah. Drool. No. Well, it's good. I hate to ruin any makeup you had after I help you with your stretching. What are you talking about? No. Wait, that's not a bad idea though, Aka. Draw drool. We need fluid. But we don't need fluid lessons. Not today. Not now. What we're doing is we're like looking at form. We're looking at form. I want to sign Aka as my instructor for yoga. Stop! No, I'm not teaching yoga. We're not teaching yoga. Okay. That's just the case. So, man, I thought I would. There's always someone more. That's always the funny thing. Okay. So again, in these kinds of situations and these cases, the main point of this. Oh, you won't teach a. No, I will not. Nah, you know what? I'll like pick some of you and then we can do hot yoga. Stop though. Okay. Back to the main point of this, right? Is with the different kinds of pens that you can use. Yes, Lukey. Oh, you're choosing? Yeah, 100%. Speaking of helping people with stress, calling my rugged, see you, Avita say. So, there are two. Okay. There's two things that you want to keep in mind when it comes to line art. Take a shot every time Aka says back to. You guys are gonna get drunk. You're gonna get liver failure. A few things to keep in mind whenever you're picking the kind of lines that you want to use, right? One, what kind of aesthetic are you going for? Do you want your lines to be like very visible? Do you want your lines to be like semi-visible? All those kinds of things. How do you want your lines to be seen and perceived? Two, how do you want your lines to interact with the colors that are underneath? Do you want them to pick up colors? Do you want your lines to be do you want to change and manipulate each part of your like line art to like match the colors like Sobi does? Or like how do you want them to interact with those kinds of things? Three, right? The form with your lines, right? How do you want to convey its form, right? That's one of the biggest things that we want to keep in mind. Ads. Okay, we'll take a little break. We won't proceed. Right. Yeah, no, you guys are gonna get wasted if you guys ever like try to do a drinking game with Aka. You guys will have to not tell me it. And I'm kind of sadistic when it comes to those kinds of stuff. So please don't don't do a drinking game. Thank you for the hydrate, Luke. To get like liver like damage because of me grabbing my. Don't you guys dare! Please don't. Not because of me. I don't want anyone going into the ICU because of me. Why are you here? I watched my streamer stars like try and say something. Don't you guys dare. That's the mistake. I do my job well. Okay. The ad break is finishing. Are you guys back? Is everyone back? Thank you so much for those that stuck around. I really appreciate it. It really helps the stream. So anyway, okay. And three, like form. Make sure that when you're like looking at form, right? When you're doing form, is or with lines, is that you understand like when to use thick lines, when to use thin lines, and all that kind of stuff. Whenever it's a thing that you garner and that you like create a kind of like understanding for. And what I mean by that is like, so let's say I have we'll use the G pen. Let's say you have a sheet of paper, right? Or like a um cloth. Let's say that you have a cloth of paper. One of the things that you want to keep in mind is whenever you're making form, right, or you're using line to like convey form, is that like you're using those that variance and that like you're using those like like little changes or switches, right, to like to push to push that like idea that it's a volume, right? That's a volume. So for instance, like you have this like place down here, right, where it's accumulating more of that like volume, right? There's more form here. If there's something that's like covering in between, right, or like intersecting, there's more of a volume there. These points, right, would be a little bit thinner, right, just to convey how like small it is. So form is something that's like really important and that like you get better with while you work through these kinds of stuff. If I were to draw this like U, right, the form like is pushed with where that weight is. What you want to make sure that you're like looking at is how that form, right, how your lines push these like shapes, right? And it's important to keep like it's important to keep those things in mind. And like even like some like a nice tummy and all that kind of stuff, these things have form, right? And how you go about choosing what's thicker or what's thinner just depends just depends on how you understand or how you want to like convey these things with other people like in your art. Tummy, yeah, exactly. These are things that like have the easiest way of conveying form and volume, right? So again, this is what's important to keep that in mind is with lines and stuff, this is what you're conveying, right? A good artist is able to like take that idea and concept and like translate it to what you're making, right? So make sure that that's always that's a constant thing that you're like keeping in mind. Okay? It's tough. It's tough. Like, but again, this comes with like um watching other artists, right? This comes with like watching other artists and seeing how they go about doing these kinds of stuff. Yeah, 100%. Please like again, these things, these like points are only ways that will help push your art and like make your drawings more cohesive, right? And understandable. The biggest thing that like you have to keep in mind. Mm, I think one of the biggest concepts that artists have to do or that have to like understand, right, is how do you convey your intention? Or how do you I like cuz that's a generalized thing, right? With no matter what kind of art that you make, if it's like ceramic, 3D, all that kind of stuff, is how do you convey what's in your head? Right, and so like there's rules and there's concepts and stuff that are there, but there's also those set rules and those like motifs that you create within yourself, right? And so as you understand and as you create those motifs and you like create those like thoughts, right, it becomes easier and easier to be like, okay, this is what's important to me, this is what I want to show, and this is how I'm going to show about and doing it. And that's why there's so many there's that's why I hear the saying there's as many different kinds of arts as there are people, right? Because we all have things that we're like that's important to us to like convey, right? But at the same time too, it's just like we convey them all differently, right, in a specific way. But like in those kinds of spaces, right, um we have to build that motif, right? We have to build that motif, and that's the biggest thing that's like important. And in regards to line art, especially when it comes to like, you know, anime, manga, like illustrations and stuff, line art is a very like is the base way of how we like go about like showing um form and functionality, right? So again, there are different ways that you can use there are so many different like pens that you can use and all that kind of stuff, but like make sure that what if you're going to be doing line art, right, that you're practicing your um that you're practicing your like line quality, right, is one thing, right? And not only that too, you're understanding that like how you use your line art and how you like interpret your sketches is important. Where okay, the reason why this part is so like heavy around the cheek is because this part is away from the like viewer, and so there's a heavier like tone or like shift for or like there's a heavier like need to simulate that like volume here, right? You're subconsciously thinking about these kinds of things. um and again, it's these are things that like you get better at doing the more you practice and the more you do it, as well as you like work towards like these kinds of situations where you can find it. Hi, thanks for the banana, Luke. But yeah, but this is just line art, right? Again, there's this whole section of things where like there's not even any line art with some of these like artists that like create these stuff, right? They just use form, right? But again, if you're going to be using line art, right, especially if you're going to be creating like characters for other people and all that kind of stuff, right, one of the tools that like you can help push those kinds of like push yourself to look like an amazing artist. Thank you for that. I got bamboozled. I thought I was no, not this one. I've been good. That one's so long. I have to figure out how to fix that. Mm. You're not able to get like you're not able to use it for a while, lady. Sorry. So, like I was saying, again, line art is something that a lot of people like what were the what moans? There's no moaning. Aka doesn't moan. Aka no moans for no person. um oh, oh my god, I cracked that. Very good. Stop. You guys are wild. So here we go. Any questions? Any questions? Again, like line art is like has its own set of rules and like um its own traits and everything like that. Everyone does it differently. This is the kind of stuff that like like that I have like incorporated within my own line art because I do a lot of line art myself. But it's not always like something that I do myself. Yeah. Why moan? You woken up, Mr. Go enjoy yourself. But yeah, no, this is This is something that, like, again, uh is a constant thought process. And because why can someone, why are you able to redeem this? You should not be able to redeem this so soon. What is going on? No. Oh my god, this should not be redeemed so soon. What is this? Edit. 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 How many minutes? 2 minutes? Our redemption cooldown for this is 2 minutes? The frick? Okay, changed it. Save. Oh my gosh. Okay, I found you when you stretch. You found me when I stretch? What do you mean? You found me when you stretch? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, like I said, you guys. Oh my gosh. I have to water. Thank God there's a cooldown. Or thank God there's like a limit. So if I say something super duper sus, then some people won't even be able to like hit me. Yeah. Save this at this mount. Okay. So yeah. One of the I gotta get some rest now. Hopefully the torture won't last long. I hope so too. But get some good rest, Bo Bibble. Ro Bibble. Okay. So here we go. This is, again, line art is something that is unique to like each person because everyone wants something different. Okay. Don't be afraid to explore, check things, all that kind of stuff. Not all of these will be conducive to like your needs as an artist, right? But keeping these things in mind, understanding that like line art isn't only just one single like thing, and there's like different things that go into it, will help push you in the right direction of how you want your lines to be like how you want your lines to be like viewed and all that kind of stuff. Okay. With all that said, I think we're pretty much done with our lesson for today. And again, if you guys have any questions or there's anything that you guys are like curious about in regards to art, please do feel free to contact me in like Discord and stuff. We do have a Discord as well too. And we share art, we talk memes, we like hang out and draw and like get even weirder. So like hop by, I'll say hello. We're all wonderful people. I do respond. It's not the best. But I do respond. So I'm just gonna save this as a drawing texture in regards to number 16. Just so that we could and I post like everything that's here. I also post all of these things that we go over here in the Discord. So if you ever need these references or you ever want to see an example of these kinds of things, it's all there. So again, I don't think there's anything else I can say. Right? Thank you very much, Glowing. But yeah, again, line art's fun. It's one of the things that I like, because I started making like manga myself, right? It's one of the things that I've pushed for, right? It's who I am, it's what I do, all that kind of stuff. And like it's only ever like continued sticking with me. Like I've gone through like painting phases and all that kind of stuff with my art, but like line art is something that it's good. It's fun. It's interesting. Okay. So with that said, right? I think it's time for me to raid out. I don't know who's streaming tonight. Um, I don't know who's streaming tonight, but maybe I should stream into someone else. We'll stream into another artist. Let's do that. Uh, we'll find more art. I think that's the one that I think that's the one thing. It's good to see like how we go about working through these things. It's another thing that's good to see we're doing it. Oh, let's go see Asper. Who is this person? Asprey FM. We'll go here. Do they speak English? They speak English. They speak English. Exclamation mark raid. Is that how I do it? No. Is it backslash? Backslash raid channel this. There we go. So we've created the raid. We're gonna raid out to them. They're also like creating like heads and stuff. So it's a good thing to like keep it's a good thing to like take a look at and everything like that. So let's go see what they're all about. And hopefully they're not ending their stream. But with all that said, lady, we're gonna watch some like Sonic in the VC, right? Like in a little bit. I'll message you when I'm ready. Right. With all that said and done, right? I hope you guys had a good time. Are we? Yeah, we are. We will watch. Right? Trust. I have no idea. Lady's gonna be setting that up for us. But you guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Avida say adieu, adieu, adieu. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. I don't freaking know what boning is.